Microsoft looking at big changes in Windows 11, and more coming up on today's episode of the latest in tech news. Hey Gadgeteer, you're just in time for the latest episode of the world's only 3-in-1 show on tech, gadgets, and gaming news. That's right, this is the latest in tech news. My name is Taylor American. If you're new here, hit that subscribe and follow button right now so that you don't miss out on the latest episode, and hold off on that like button until you get to a section of the show that you actually like. Speaking of what's to like, outside of the news being announced today, I actually had a chance to play Dauntless for a couple hours at least, the free-to-play game on the Epic Game Store, and I gotta say, outside of a couple confusing aspects of it, I actually enjoy it very much. It's actually a very fun game to play, and not to mention I'm kicking big old monster butt, and well, I came this close to dying, and you can't see that if you're listening via the podcast. I just showed by how much I almost died on video. So yeah, fun game regardless. Not sponsored by Dauntless. It's just a fun game to play. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do, free to play, there you go. There's one option for you. So speaking of something to have fun with, well, if you want to, Microsoft is hinting at new features and big changes coming in Windows 11. We'll also be taking a look at Microsoft celebrating 10 years of Bing. Sorry, I was a day late on that news. It didn't pop up until now. Get it? Okay, you probably didn't. Moving on. We'll also be looking at in gadget news, a 2019 Roomba getting an all-new design and a companion mop bot. We'll also be taking a look at Intel's Project Athena, defining the next generation of ultra premium laptops. Well, as well as some information they unveiled at Computex. And in gaming news, we'll be taking a look at, well, an Overwatch player recreating Smash Bros. In Blizzard's workshop. We'll also be taking a look at E3 2019, EA's play stream schedule, featuring Star Wars, Apex Legends, and more. And finally, we'll be taking a look at the Avengers game that is also going to be revealed at E3 2019, and it's called Marvel's Avengers. Nope, not making this up, but something we could make up, yet not also as well, is, did you know that, well, you know of phobias, right? At least here in the United States, there's people have phobias about everything. Your fear of rain, fear of spiders, things like that. You're probably aware of something called technophobia, which is the fear of technology. But did you know that there's like 2 other ones that have been added? Who knew? Well, next ones are nomophobia, is the fear of being without a mobile phone, and cyberphobia is the fear of computers. Just in case you didn't know that, well, you're welcome. Now you know. Another thing to be afraid about. Moving on to today in tech history. Today is May 29th, 2019, and on this day in 1999, the Space Shuttle Discovery completes the first docking with the International Space Station. Also, on this day in 1992, the Apple Newton was announced at the Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago. Apple Computer CEO John Sculley first announces the coming release of the Newton personal digital assistant to a group of reporters, explaining that the Newton is nothing less than a revolution. Although there is not a fully functioning prototype available, the Newton technology is demonstrated, including how to order a pizza by moving topping icons onto a pie and then faxing the order from the device. Oh my goodness, this was 1992, guys. The Newton is Apple's first major product line since the Macintosh was released 8 years earlier. The Newton unveiling generates immediate buzz, but due to several factors, Scully's announcement will ultimately be considered a major mistake. You see, the announcement itself tipped the company's hand to its competitors and wildly inflated consumer expectations. The Newton's release was delayed until August of 1993. When it was released, it was not as user-friendly as expected. Specifically, the core handwriting recognition feature was widely criticized as buggy and inaccurate. Now, while the technology was greatly improved in subsequent versions, the Newton never gained much commercial success, and shortly after his return, Steve Jobs discontinued the Newton in 1998, to which he probably said, "Good riddance." Oh my goodness. And moved on to bigger and better stuff. So, Also, on this day in 1985, Eastman Kodak Company introduces the electronic publishing system. Introduced, well, it was supposed to, well, designed to allow companies to edit, print, and update text and graphics for publications. The 15, more like $50,000 system included parts designed by Sun Microsystems, Canon, and Interleaf in an early version of what is now available to any computer user for a few $100. And it's most likely called a printer or photo printer. So, yeah, definitely moving on there in technology world. So, let's get on to today's feature story. All right, feature story. Windows 11. Whether you like it or not, it's showing up. And this after, I'm not kidding you, I just started getting used to Windows 10. I've only had it for maybe about a year-ish at this point, courtesy of upgrading free from Windows 7. Oh boy, or what is it, Windows 8? I don't know, I forgot. I like the older version. Whatever. So, apparently Windows 10 is coming, or 11. See, gotcha. Windows 11 is coming, and Microsoft has been hinting at new features and big changes coming up. Now, when compared to Windows Vista and Windows 8, Windows 10 has been a runaway success. That's not to say that Microsoft's latest operating system is perfect, but it improved upon its predecessors in nearly every way and has only gotten better in the years since it first rolled out to the public. But nearly 4 years on, Microsoft has begun to look to the future and may have given us a peek at Windows 11 in a new blog post. Speaking of which, if you're listening to the podcast going, where can I get video of today's show? Head on over to youtube.com/TechNewsGadget. Now, after offering a rundown on all of the latest Windows PCs from a variety of manufacturers, Microsoft Corporate Vice President Nick Parker changed gears to talk about the modern operating system that will power all of these machines. Although he never mentions Windows by name, he certainly seems to be hinting at something big. Parker says the foundation of the modern OS will be enablers that deliver the foundational experiences customers expect from their devices, and delighters that deliver innovative, human-centric experiences. Enablers consist of seamless updates that occur in the background without any interruptions, comprehensive protection from malicious attacks, the ability to be connected to Wi-Fi and 5G at all times, and sustained performance. Delighters, on the other hand, are what elevate the experience of actually using an OS. Cloud connectivity, intelligent AI, multi-sense interaction, and something Parker calls form factor agility, which is quite the buzz phrase. Finally, here's an interesting quote from Parker about the so-called modern OS from Microsoft. These enablers and delighters underpin our vision for a modern OS. They will provide the foundational elements for an evolution of the PC ecosystem and enable partners to deliver more human-centric experiences of tomorrow. Microsoft is investing to enable these modern OS experiences and to deliver new ones that take advantage of silicon advancements, powerful PCs, the cloud, and the power of AI. All in all, it's a rather vague list of features and concepts that may or may not be the defining features of Windows 11 or Windows Lite or whatever comes next for Microsoft. He may just be talking about the next evolution of Windows 10, but 4 years is the longest the company has gone without releasing a new OS since Windows XP. Perhaps Microsoft could be setting the stage for a major announcement in the coming months. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. By the way, if you're interested in reading this article or any other article covered today, head on over to technewsgadget.net/127, I believe. Let me double check. I don't know. Just go to technewsgadget.net, whatever the show note is for today. I don't know. I can't pop it up. Otherwise, you'd be like, "Hey, is he looking at numbers on his screen and stuff?" I'm sorry. I only have 2 screens going on. It's a long day, and my eyes are crossed, in case you didn't know. I'm kidding, they're not. But if they were, well, that would be a great excuse if Octavius could somehow make that happen. He's my off-stage producer who kind of helps me out on stuff from time to time. But usually if I should put down the shovel. Okay, shovel has been put down. Moving on to some more tech news. Well, Microsoft celebrates 10 years of Bing, and this was so newsworthy, it completely missed my radar. This was from yesterday, posted on May 28th. Microsoft is celebrating the 10th anniversary of launching Bing as its internet search engine, but Bing wasn't Microsoft's first try at this market. It previously marketed MSN Search, Windows Live Search, and Live Search before recalibrating and rebranding and recasting as Bing as a decision engine in hopes of differentiating it from Google Search. And I'm so glad they finally picked a good name and a good option for a search engine, because Windows Live Search and Live Search just sucked horribly. Today we're introducing a new kind of search that goes beyond traditional search engines to help you make faster, more informed decisions. They wrote back in 2009, it will do this by combining a great search engine with powerful new features to improve your results for any query, more organized results, and unique tools to help you make important decisions. We think of Bing as a decision engine. Now, most internet users think of Bing as an also ran. The service has never achieved double-digit usage share worldwide and now commands just 8.24% usage compared to 75.5% for Google and 10.47% for Baidu. Now on mobile, Bing is non-existent with just 0.82% of usage share, but it still must be profitable enough because it's still around. But Bing and data that feeds it is still very important to Microsoft, and the software giant has parlayed this data and the insight it provides into a valuable background service that feeds the Microsoft Graph and integrates deeply with various other products and services. And for users wary of Google's intrusive privacy violations, well, Bing, boing, oink, oink. It sounds like an animal noise, to be honest. Bing is the key non-Chinese search engine alternative. As for the service's controversial name, Mr. Mehdi explained at the time that Microsoft was looking for a brand that was as fresh and new as our approach. Bing! There you go. It had to be short, easy to spell, and function well as an internet address around the world. Perhaps more problematically, Bing never really evolved to a credible verb. While people often say they will Google something, they just use Bing in a way that usually means sarcastic. But, oh well. Happy anniversary, Bing. We're still trying to love you. And use your decision engine, I guess. But let's just say if you're looking to drop ads, your company looking to drop ads on Bing, you actually get a better return for it than you do on Google, because Google's just swamped. So there you have it. Let's move on. Moving on to some gadget news, the 2019 Roomba is getting an all-new design and a companion mop bot, and we got photos right here on the screen for you guys to look at. The new iRobot Roomba S9 Plus. It is shaped in a D, and we're looking at some photos right now. Neato robot. Oh man, if you look at previous ones, look at all this stuff. This looks awesome. It's cool. It connects up, it hooks up, and does this, that, and the other thing. Well, iRobot recently announced its yearly cleaning robot upgrades, and as usual, there is a new Roomba Robo Vac, the Roomba S9 Plus. This year, the company is also releasing a new full-sized mop bot called the Brava Jet M6. First up is the vacuum. The big upgrade in the S9 Plus is an all-new shape. The Roomba ditches the iconic round puck design for a D-shaped robot. This is copied straight from iRobot's main rival, Neato Robotics, and as Neato has been saying for years, the D shape allows the robot to better get into the corners of your house. Now, the underside of the Roomba S9 Plus looks just like a Neato, with a cleaning brush pushed out to the edge of the robot and a corner-mounted rotary sweeper. In its round designs, iRobot would have to put the cleaning brush in between the wheels of the robot, and the D-shaped design finally allows for a much wider brush and larger cleaning area. The Roomba's original round design happened as a navigation aid. It's a lot harder for a round robot to get stuck, so now that the S9 Plus has corners, it'll be swinging around. It will need to be smarter about movement. That's it. The new Neato-style design seems to be the only new thing that the Roomba is bringing to the table this year. Now, the robot did get a massive upgrade last year, though, for those of you who were paying attention, and all of those features are still included on the S9 Plus. These include an awesome new dock system that will actually empty out the dustbin for you via its own vacuum systems, dustbin, and a special cleaning port on the bottom of the robot. There's also the returning navigation, Wi-Fi connectivity, and app system, which all combine to do things like map your home and allow you to name each room. You can then give commands like, go clean the kitchen, and the device will clean only that room without the need for awkward lighthouses or magnetic strips. Now, the bot supports Google and Alexa Assistant, so you can actually tell it to clean a kitchen, and your robot minion will get to work. Now, the bad news is the price. $1,000. Holy cow, wait, no, hang on. That's without the fancy dock, which is another $349 US when purchased separately. The whole package together is, well, roughly close to $1,300 US. And we haven't even gotten to the mopping of the floor of the mop robot, which is the Brava Jet M6. There's a couple pictures here on the screen we're looking at. Wow, look at that. Pretty fancy. You put water in it, and it's got the mop stuff, and you can switch that out, and it's like a square shape looking thing. Now, for longtime robot owners, the iRobot's RoboMop was a really big deal this year. The Brava Jet M6 represents iRobot's first full-size mop design in some time. The company's previous full-size mop bot was the Roomba Brava 380T, which launched all the way back in 2013, and it wasn't even an iRobot design. In 2012, iRobot bought Evolution Robotics, makers of the Mint Robo Mop. iRobot promptly silkscreened on a new logo and called it the Brava 380T bot and sold the thing unchanged for 6 straight years. Now, keep in mind, the 380T was not a great mop bot. It didn't spray water where it was needed, and it didn't have an internal water reservoir at all. The cleaning cloth holder carried a few ounces of water for the cloth to wick away, and that was really about it. For navigation, it needed this weird satellite cube powered by 2 C batteries, and it couldn't charge itself halfway through a cleaning job and resume. Heck, it couldn't dock and charge itself at all. When the battery died, it would just beep at you, and you'd need to pick it up and plug it back in. There was no app, no intelligence, and really no redeeming qualities at all to it. Dragged a wet mop across the floor, and that was it. Again, though, this was pretty neat in 2013, and with little robo-mop competition to speak of, iRobot could just keep selling it year after year. Now, here's where it gets cool. The Brava Jet M6 is finally producing a modern mop bot, taking a lot of cues from the new Roomba line and a tiny bathroom cleaning Brava Jet 240. For starters, the mop bot actually carries water inside the robot body and has a front sprayer. iRobot doesn't say how much liquid the new Brava will carry, but it's clearly a lot, as the water reservoir now takes up the majority of the bot's body. The new Brava navigates just like the vacuums with proper functionality, meaning it maps the room as it mops in straight lines, and can identify and mop only certain rooms if you tell it to. The satellite cube-based navigation of the old Mint bot is now dead. And there's a new charging dock that the device will automatically park itself in, and if it runs out of power during a cleaning session, it can charge up and resume where it left off. The new Brava and Roomba bots share an app and can share maps of your home. Like the Roomba, the new Brava even has Wi-Fi, so in addition to ordering them around via the app, you can also shout at your Alexa or Google Assistant and tell your robot to get to work. Now, if you buy both of their cleaning bots, they will actually work together with a feature iRobot is calling Imprint Link technology, which just means the mop will turn on after the vacuum finishes. The Brava Jet M6 is retailing for $500 US, so if you actually want to use this Imprint Link technology, you'd be basically dropping $1,800 for your robot cleaning army. You have your broom sweeper and your vacuum thing and your mop thing. You'd be basically good to go. Both robots are on sale starting today at iRobot.com. Man, that was a lot. But yeah, there you go. Interesting. Pretty cool. All right. Intel's Project Athena, defining next generation of premium laptops. Now, this is where it gets interesting because Computex is going on currently. And they wouldn't let any of the journalists look at it besides looking at it. They wouldn't let it turn it on. They wouldn't let them power it up or do any benchmark tests, obviously, because performance. Wouldn't let you do any of the important things that you'd be interested in with a new line of laptops, and understandably so. So here's what we have to work with so far. In previous years and generations, Intel has at times instigated a platform development strategy with its partners in order to drive form factor, experience, and ultimately revenue. In the past, we've seen Centrino Drive to bring Wi-Fi to the consumer, and the Ultrabook nomenclature to define thin and light designs. Project Athena is the latest project by Intel designed to drive better Wi-Fi 6 experiences, premium designs, driving AI-accelerated workflow, and longer battery life. Now, the target specification for Project Athena was ready to go before you are, performance and responsiveness, adaptive intelligence, worry-free battery life, always fast, reliably connected, and form factor and integration. So ultra-thin, backlit keyboard, precision touchpad, pen support, all that fun stuff. With their latest initiative, Intel is looking to tackle or otherwise direct the evolution of premium laptops in a few different ways. Perhaps the biggest factor is also the most competition-driven, and that's waking from sleep. While the current state of affairs on x86 laptops is far from poor, there's still a gap between what smartphones do and what most x86 laptops do, a point that rival Qualcomm is more than happy to beat Intel over the head with using their always connected PCs. So Intel actually already has the technology to achieve near instant wake-ups, thanks to their connected standby technology and other features. However, the availability of connected standby and the quality of the implementations have differed greatly. So, for Athena laptops, this becomes a core required feature. So for that matter, is that biometric authentication, such as face recognition or fingerprint scanning. Now, along similar lines, Intel is also looking to push OEMs to do better when it comes to battery life. Intel is aiming for an all-day battery life here, and while the actual standard isn't quite that literal, the specifications do represent something that only well-built, properly tuned laptops are reaching today. Overall, Intel wants at least 9 hours in light web browsing and 16 hours for video playback. And in case that level of battery life isn't enough, then Athena systems have to be able to quick recharge 4 hours of battery life in under 30 minutes. So, right, Athena. Less specific, but still a focus area for Intel will be AI. Intel isn't mandating any specific AI processors here, however, they are wanting OEMs to include a basic degree of AI support. This means hardware support for Windows WinML Learning Machine API, as well as Intel's OpenVINO computer vision software stack. So, in fact, a lot of the Athena 1.0 specification is less about OEMs using exotic hardware or following exotic designs, and more about using Intel's hardware and following a lot of Intel's current best practices in implementing it. Athena laptops will need to use 8th gen or better Core i5 or i7 processors, ship with at least 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of flash storage. Wi-Fi 6 support is also mandatory, and OEMs will also need to have Intel's AX200 CNVI Wi-Fi module to pass certification. Despite all of this, notably absent here is any kind of cellular modem requirement. The other shoe in Qualcomm's always connected PC effort, Intel isn't pushing quite so hard on that one, so we suspect that 5G radio will be a requirement in future iterations of the technology, but for the moment, 5G is still in its early days, and Intel for its part is trying to figure out if it even wants to be in a business of making 5G modems, as we've covered in past shows. So, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff to go through here. I guess they had a whole bunch of partnerships announced, such as with Lenovo and Acer and an HP system. So more designs are coming out as we see them, but looks like they're hoping to get industry-wide support. They have 100 on board right now, hopefully available by holiday 2019. But with that, they're trying to make it light, portable, powerful, always on, always connected, quick recharge, you know, all the features that would make a laptop worth wanting to use instead of walking around with a phone or an iPad. Yeah, something cool, like, or even a tablet for crying out loud, or walking around with a brick phone. That'd be even better. So, yeah, there you go. Moving on to some gaming news. Well, Overwatch players, I got some news for you. Do you like Smash Bros? Well, somebody took Overwatch and recreated Smash Bros in Blizzard's workshop. Nope, not making this up. We got a video on Reddit to go along with it. No, I'm it's not making it up. See, Blizzard recently introduced the Overwatch Workshop, allowing users to tweak the rules of Overwatch or even make their own new game modes or hero prototypes, and results have been pretty amazing so far. One fan has created a version of Super Smash Bros. In Overwatch where 12 fighters from the Overwatch cast go head-to-head in fighting game-style combat, and they have a video included here. We won't be watching it, but for your entertainment, it is on the Overwatch Reddit page, and it's called Super Smash Watch. It has everything you might expect from a game of Super Smash Bros. Characters, player lives, increasing knockbacks based off of damage values, and the same fluid style of movement and attacking. Characters keep their own abilities from the base game, but they just get the added Smash tactical options of air dodging, shielding, and double jumping. AIFJS3, I don't even know how you say that name. The creator of the mode is planning to continue developing Super Smash Watch with more maps. It's a work in progress currently, and the work of other workshop users contributed to his creation. He notes that other creators helped him with the knockback mechanics and spawning. So it's a much more advanced game than some of the earliest creations from the workshop, which include fun modes like Lucio Wall Skate Racing and Wrecking Ball Bumper Cars. You can try Super Smash Watch yourself by using the following code: VZ4YG. Now, keep in mind, it's still a work in progress. Hopefully, it'll get better as time goes along. But I know how much some of you enjoy Overwatch and everything that goes along with it. And actually, myself, I was intrigued by this. I watched a video for it, and I went, "No way! They actually did it." Super Smash Watch. You guys got to you actually have to go see it. It's actually entertaining, and if you play it yourself, be sure to let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of it. It's, well, rip roaring good time. Alright, so E3 is coming up. Well, EA released their play stream schedule and a whole slew of fun games that we'll be looking at. So keep in mind, the back-to-back presentations will run the entire morning of Saturday, June 8th, and the company is starting the streams off with a showstopper, a deeper look at Respawn's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now, I know right now at this point you're already drooling, saying, where are the details? What do I do? How do I get to it? Well, all of the streams will be broadcast through EA's YouTube and Twitch channels. And from there, the half-hour slots will be devoted to the EA library with games ranging from Apex Legends and Battlefield 5 to FIFA 20, Madden NFL 20, and even The Sims 4. Hosts will include Greg Miller, Andrea Reen, and Julia Hardy. Curiously enough, Anthem is absent from the list of scheduled live streams, so we may not be learning more about any of BioWare's plans for continuing to improve the game. They might just consider it dead in the water at this point, or they could just be taking a hard relook at what the heck have they been doing for the past 4 years, and maybe they should, rise as a phoenix from the ashes and actually be reborn and actually make a decent game. I don't know, we'll see. Those attending the all-weekend event in person, so keep that in mind if you're going to be at E3, will be able to score a touchdown, take part in a Jedi Fallen Order theater experience and photo op, check out new Apex merch, and play on a FIFA soccer pitch. As always, EA Play is taking place just before E3, so part of the event will overlap with other press conferences from big publishers. So make sure you check the full E3 press conference schedule to make sure you don't miss out if you're going to be there. So it looks like play schedule wise, Saturday, June 8th, times are listed as Pacific time at 9:15 a.m. to count down to EA Play. At 9:30, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. 10 a.m. Apex Legends. 10:30, Battlefield 5. 11, FIFA 20. 11:30, Madden NFL 20. And 12 noon, The Sims 4. So that's what we know so far. So for those of you who are going to be at E3 prior to that, EA will have something going on for you, or you can just head on over to EA's YouTube and Twitch channels and watch and enjoy there as well. Now we get to our final gaming news and article of today. Hope you guys have been enjoying the show so far. If you have, hit that like button right now, and well, hold off if you're waiting to hear more about this story. So the Avengers game is being revealed at E3, and it's called Marvel's Avengers. Nope, not making this up. It will be announced. Square Enix has confirmed that the worldwide reveal of its Avengers game is happening at E3. It was just revealed via the game's official Twitter account, where it's confirmed that you'll see the reveal during Square Enix's live event, which starts at 6 p.m. Pacific time on June 10th. Now, what seemingly the name of the game is also mentioned, Marvel's Avengers, which pretty much makes sense. In case you're worried that account might be a fake, writer and creative director also shared the news on his Twitter feed, and a load of folks from Square Enix just started following it and retweeting it and liking it. Square Enix's partnership with Marvel was announced back in January of 2017 and was explained as being multi-year and multi-game. Crystal Dynamics is developing the game along with Eidos Montreal. Jeffrey Keighley will also be hosting the game at E3 2019's Coliseum on the following day. Oh, and there's a trailer that goes along with this. Oh,
they say the time of heroes is over.
Alright, that's all we can watch for right now. So if you guys are interested in Marvel Avengers, well, it's coming out. E3. Stay tuned. Oh man, I can't wait. All right, and with that, that wraps up this episode of the latest in tech news. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep in mind there are going to be no shows next week. I will be out of town on vacation, but there will be an episode, obviously, the rest of this week. So stay tuned for that. The latest in tech news can be found on every major platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube, Stitcher, Overcast, and more. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by clicking that like button and by leaving a comment. Also, double check that you are subscribed so that you don't miss the next episode. I'm your host, Taylor American. Remember, for the latest in tech, gadget, and gaming news, visit TechNewsGadget.net. Pretty much keep being awesome, guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.